We are just a stone's throw from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it is rocking and rolling here at Huntington Bank Field in downtown Cleveland.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20.
On the set. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Here we go, here we go. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 19 tight, 19 tight. Hup.
Throwing to start the drive. Peck.
Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Well, it's football 101 because when you come in as the favorite team, you obviously don't want to hand any kind of advantage to an opponent ready for an upset. Now, you'll be lucky to only be down 3-zip the next time you get the ball back because you've just handed them a dose of confidence to start this game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. After the interception, here's Jackson. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
You look at this Browns defense.
They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
The NFL's leading rusher in 2019 and 2020, Derrick Henry.
And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They go play action with Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is pacing 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Browns drive about to get started. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
These two teams getting a couple of late-season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 12. And it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland. Here's a handoff out of the gun.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Now this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Jackson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Cowboy 80.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down. Peck, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Browns have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw.
This throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat with a 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
A 1st down carry for Henry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
Second and 9.
Yo. Hey, Alpha, what? Hey, that's it. Go ahead.
They'll run it again with Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Hey, Chuck.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. He might be being set up here for a busy ball game. Already 2 kicks here in the first quarter, and he's knocked both through the posts.
And for now, you know they'll be happy getting those 3 points, but what they really want is to find a way for them to kick extra points instead of field goals.
Oh, good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Looking to throw. Peck. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
The Browns sit 8-4 now in the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Dragon 60. Viking 18. Go.
From the gun on 3rd down. Peck. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Yo.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
You look at this Browns defense.
And they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you. Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Go!
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Ready!
Out of the gun now on third down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Ready! Cougar 19! Jack Panther! Ready!
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes, and half...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating from the gun. Peck.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Here we go, set!
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Come on, set! Panther 11, Panther 11, 18, Roger, trap 60, go!
Operating from the gun. Peck.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Odafe Owe able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Operating from the gun. Peck. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 19. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Operating from the gun. Peck. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Set! Buffalo 18! Hurt!
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Ravens are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
They go play action now. Jackson.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good pickup there at 22. Again, Jackson.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, 29 yards.
And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Finds his man over the middle. It's Likely. Look at the big man rumble.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Isaiah Likely.
79 yards.
And the Ravens are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Here we go, set. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, check go.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Set.
Back to throw. Peck. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Jerry Jeudy.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Play action. It's Jackson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Jackson now.
On target to his man, Likely.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Tucker's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 36. Henry out of the pistol. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now back to throw.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off.
And just shutting him off there. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
Go! Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 19 tight, 19 tight. Go!
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Jerry Judy
with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season.
And the Browns take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Open man, that's Henry.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Here's Jackson.
Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Throwing is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Bulldozes past him, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
47 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Here we go, Shaq.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I'll bet there's a big grin on the defensive coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run with him, press coverage, and then he just takes off straight for the quarterback, and someone comes behind him to pick up the receiver.
And as a former member of the secondary, it makes you happy too, doesn't it?
I can't lie about it. I've got a big grin on my face, too. That was a heck of a play, a heck of a call.
Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
And the Browns are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
Down the sideline he goes. He's on his way. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play that time for Cleveland. 71 yards on the ground.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Looking to throw. Peck. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Browns are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 24. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now it's Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Jackson.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Now it's Jackson.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
30 yards.
And the Ravens get a bit closer.
Yo. Hey, middle.
Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics would tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
135 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Ready up.
And they'll bring Judy in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Odafe Owe able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Flowers going to go in motion right.
To throw is Jackson.
That is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
No, we changed it.
Now Jackson.
That's complete. Left side to Bateman.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42.
Now Lamar changing the play.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Jackson to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
A 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly a must. It's 1st and 10.
They run wide side with Henry. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Well, they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Boy, this crowd is on pins and needles now, because anytime you see the ball heading for the end zone, you really hold your breath, and they come out of their seats. That one falls incomplete.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Here's Jackson.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
2nd and 5.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80. Ready?
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he will have a Browns first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Cleveland, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's going to all